Superintendent Booker, board members, and all of Gaston County Schools honorees and guests. Welcome to the Linda Rader New Teacher and Teacher Assistant of the Year recognition ceremony. We thank you for joining us today as we honor and celebrate this year's nominees. Before we begin the presentations, I would like to introduce you both selection committees who have had the privilege of meeting our nominees this year and discovering how each nominee directly impacts the lives of our students every day. Selection members, if you'll please stand and remain standing at your seat when I call your name. The selection committee members for the Linda Rader New Teacher of the Year are Alexandria Kahi, Teacher of the Year from Bessemer City Primary and Top 5 finalist for Gaston County Schools 22-23 Teacher of the Year. Allie Kleinheinz, Teacher of the Year from Hawks Nest STEAM Academy and Top 5 finalist for Gaston County Schools 22-23 Teacher of the Year. Stephen Loudon, Teacher of the Year from WC Friday and our Gaston County Schools 22-23 Teacher of the Year. Brittany Reed, Teacher of the Year from Gaston County Virtual Academy and Top 5 finalist from Gaston County Schools 22-23 Teacher of the Year. Heather Waters, Teacher of the Year from South Point High School and Top 5 finalist for Gaston County Schools 22-23 Teacher of the Year. Lakezia Williams, New Teacher of the Year from Woodhill Elementary and Top 5 finalist for the Linda Rader 21-22 New Teacher of the Year. The selection committee members for Teacher Assistant of the Year are Dana Hanovan, Teacher Assistant of the Year from Springfield Elementary, Top 5 finalist for the 21-22. Wanda Marlowe, our 21-22 Gaston County Schools Teacher Assistant of the Year. Gianna McGuire, Teacher Assistant of the Year from Pinewood Elementary, Top 5 finalist 21-22. And Marie Taylor, Gaston County Schools Classified Specialist. We want to share a very special thank you to each one of you for the time that you spent this school year helping us with this process. Thank you. You may be seated. At this time, I would like to introduce Dr. W. Jeffrey Booker, Superintendent of Gaston County Schools.
Thank you, Caroline. Good afternoon. Oh, come on. Good afternoon. It is great to be here for our 2022 New Teacher of the Year and Teacher Assistant of the Year awards ceremony. I hope everyone got a chance. Dr. Tippett was out front to thank her for allowing us to be in this beautiful facility once again. We are fortunate to have a great partnership with Shield Museum. I would like to also recognize our board chair, our vice chair, and our charitable representative, Mr. Jeff Ramsey, Ms. Dot Cherry, and Ms. Robbie Lovelace. Would you all please stand and be recognized? Members of our Board of Education. It's the time of the year we do so much recognition. I see them more than I see my own family, so it's always good to be with them. So thank you for being with us. This is the time of the year where it's so good to be able to pause. If you saw the board meeting last night, we recognized over 25 students for their various accomplishments, and all that started with what you do every day. And so it's exciting to be here today to recognize our new teacher and our teacher assistants. When we talk about teacher assistants, there's no more instrumental role in our school system than the one teacher assistants play. In fact, last night, we were approved a contract, the Board of Education voted to award a contract for a principal to an individual who started as a teacher assistant in Gaston County Schools. Hear me, what you do is so important. If we try to document all that a teacher assistant does, well, it would kind of look like one of those scrolls from Egypt. It would just go on and on, pages and pages, because while you have a job description, what you really do is support our students and offer them that extra nurturing touch. And just like that, our new teachers, you're an exceptional group because you spent 4 years hearing everybody tell you how you shouldn't be an educator. True? But what you did was said, I know that I have a dynamic personality. I know that my career will be measured in life-changing events. I know that when I provide quality instruction, I provide quality for my community. In spite of all those challenges, your enthusiasm encourages us. You brought life to your buildings. You brought new energy and new ideas. So we are so glad to have you here today. When I look out at this room, I see people who go beyond expectations every day, often at the cost of their own well-being. But you also get to share in those aha moments where you get to see students learn something, and there's no greater gift than that. There's a quote that says, "All children should have a caring adult in their lives." And that's not always a biological parent or a family member. It may be a friend or a neighbor, but most oftentimes it's a teacher. All of you are teachers today. Your heart is for teaching and for nurturing. Today we express our sincere appreciation to you for what you have done and what you will continue to do. Because we don't accept resignations out of this room, folks. Because you're the core of what makes Gaston County special. So from our hearts, hear a thank you for what you do. And the Board of Education joins me in congratulating all of you for being recognized today. We hope you enjoy the program.
Good afternoon. You may notice that I'm not Stacy, or you may be wondering if I'm Stacy spelled a different way, like I don't know. But she couldn't make it, so I'm here with you. If you don't know me, I'm Stephen Loudon. I am the recent winner of the Gaston County Teacher of the Year. So thank you for just coming out today. It's great to be here. Thank you, Dr. Booker and the board for being here, and the principals. This has got to be one of those times where people just are excited to go to events like this, where we get to recognize and celebrate great people who are doing great work in the schools. I know how some of you maybe feel, even the finalists. I was in your shoes a couple weeks ago, wondering what would happen and would I have to give a speech or not. And after listening to everyone talk about how they are nervous about public speaking, I get up here and I just talk. So if you see me looking at notes, I'm just looking. Just keep me on track. But it's great to be here. You can have this feeling of accomplishment, of gratitude for one another, the thankfulness that we have. I hope that you feel respected today, that you feel recognized, and that you're inspired. Because when you go back to your school, there's other people who need to have that feeling too. And take it with you. Share it with them. Share with them that feeling you might have right now, just feeling proud to be a teacher or a teacher assistant. Because often we know teacher assistants and teachers do a lot of the same work, getting involved in the lives of children, learning and teaching. So it's great to be here, and special thanks to the committee for putting this together. Today I want to share an answer to a simple question, yet very complex. One that I cannot give you just 1, 2, 15, 20 points to, but I'm just going to give a few. The question is, why do I choose to teach? Why do I choose? I ask myself that question every once in a while, just to help me get a mindful idea of my purpose. Why did I choose this path? Why did I choose to teach? Now, of course, I don't have time to go over all of the reasons, because there are many, but I just want to share a few with you today. One reason I choose to teach is that impact you make on young people, on children, on students. I was talking to a friend of mine a while back who was in the tech industry. He was like the fixer guy. He could solve problems. If someone gave him a call from a big major company, he would be at their office fixing whatever issue they had. And he was good at it. He did a great job. But he told me that though he's good at what he doesn't feel like he's making a difference at all. He says, I don't really make a difference in people's lives. All I do is get the computer up and running again so they can get back to their work. And, he said that it's a thankless job. And then he said, but you, on the other hand, you have a job that you're making a difference in people's lives. You're making an impact. And I have to remind myself of that often. I have to remind myself of the impact that I make. And those students sometimes, they might not say it. They do appreciate it. You won't hear it often, but they do appreciate. Now, I teach middle school, so I know they won't ever say it. They only speak to me in strange sounds and body odor. But often, every once in a while, I'll run into a former student of mine. I might pop in at a high school football game, and I'll see one of my students maybe graduating. They'll see if I remember them, which is a challenge because they look a lot different. And they'll say, hey, I really enjoyed your class. They, oh, you didn't act like it back then. They'll say, I learned a lot, and it was probably one of my hardest classes I had. I teach math, by the way, okay? And, I appreciate that. I just get a feeling of respect when I go and see them again, when I meet with those students again. And so that reminds me why I choose to teach. And you make a difference. You make an impact. I also choose to teach because as a teacher, you feel like you belong to something. You feel like you're a part of something great. How many of you, when you go shopping and you see something in your school's color, like a shirt or a tie, and you're just like, oh, I got to buy that. Who does that? Probably the only profession I can think of where it's like, hey, I see purple, that's my school color, I'm going to buy it. Okay, and, I never thought I would like that color. But because I'm involved with this school, I feel like I'm a part of it. I belong to it. And we belong to a special community. Teachers and teacher assistants, people who are involved in the schools, principals, we have stories to tell. We have just events that we've had. We've had special times that we've been involved in. And we connect with people. When I came to Gaston County Schools, I think I knew one other teacher. And now I feel like I know so many. I can be walking into the store and say, yeah, that person teaches over at that school. I've talked to them before. I've met them. And you feel like you belong to a great community. I don't know of other professions that you have that. 'Cause as teachers, you make a difference. You belong. The third and final reason I want to give you is to why I love teaching, why I choose to teach, is because I'm always learning. I'm always growing. I feel like this is a profession that you can grow in. I think back to when I was a new teacher. Okay, when let me just tell you, I got a story. Here it comes. Okay, I just love stories. I was hired first at a private school. In the first week of January, they had a teacher who didn't come back. So a principal called me and said, hey, can you come teach tomorrow? I said, okay. I was young and naive. I showed up an hour before the students, ready to teach 6th grade math, science, and social studies. I looked at the textbook, read over what the lesson was, and I never looked back. And I learned so much that year. I learned so much about those subjects I taught, about the students, how to interact with them. As a new teacher, I learned a lot. I can look back to the videos I recorded of myself teaching. I did that. It was weird. Recorded myself teaching years ago when I was first started. And I watch those every once in a while. Wow, big difference. Because we grow, we learn. There's a quote that I like that says, when one teaches, two learn. As teachers, we learn, we grow together. You make a difference, you belong. You're getting better. Think of it, especially new teachers. You're good at this. Eventually it won't take you as long to set up your classroom at the beginning of the year. You'll know what you're doing. Things will come natural and you'll love it. I encourage you, I challenge you today. Ask yourself this question. I choose to teach because, fill in the blank. Come up with a reason. Think of your reason. Maybe you have 2 reasons, maybe 5, maybe 10. Maybe you have 23. Maybe that's above the cap limit and you have that many. I often encourage myself when I go into the classroom, find a student that you can appreciate. Find a student that reminds you of why you chose to teach and just enjoy it. I hope that I shared some words that can encourage you today. Just a few thoughts of why I teach. I hope to inspire. I hope to be a part of this community for many years, whatever the Lord provides. But it's great to be here. It's great to celebrate with you. But I challenge you, remember, you chose to do this. You chose to teach. And everyone is thankful for that. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Todd Hagans, and it's a pleasure to have you with us this afternoon and to see everyone. I have the pleasure of introducing our nominees for the Linda Rader New Teacher of the Year. And when I call your name, if you will please come forward to accept your award from Superintendent Booker and members of the Board of Education. We begin with Ansley Abernathy from Tryon Elementary School. Catherine Bird from Carr Elementary School. Ashley Canestro from Lingerfelt Elementary School. Haley Carr from Rankin Elementary School. Amy Cook from Pinewood Elementary School. Rachel Dawes from Gardner Park Elementary School. Mary Catherine Dellinger from Sadler Elementary School could not be with us this afternoon. Next, we recognize Taylor Detweiler from Holbrook Middle School. Dharma Falls from North Belmont Elementary School. Jacqueline Farmer from Springfield Elementary School. John Falkenberry from Mount Holly Middle School. Lauren Harris from Belmont Central Elementary could not be with us this afternoon. Next, we recognize Caitlin Hendricks from John Chavis Middle School. Terry Hughes from Page Primary and Anna Davis Lawing from Forest View High School could not be with us this afternoon. Next, we recognize Kayla Lipscomb from Greer Middle School. Kara Lofton from Hawks Nest STEAM Academy. Ryan McGill from Cramerton Middle School. Chastity Myers from Brookside Elementary School. Jamia Marlowe from Woodhill Elementary School. Charlie Mims from Brookside Elementary School. I didn't think that was right because I thought I'd already said that. Charlie Mims from Robinson Elementary School. Lori Molina from Pleasant Ridge Elementary and Macy Rackley from Lowell Elementary could not be with us this afternoon. Next, we recognize Hannah Robinson from South Point High School. Janet Smith from W.A. Bess Elementary School. And Krista Workman from Sherwood Elementary School. And to recognize our top 5 finalists for the Linda Rader New Teacher of the Year Award and announce our winner, please welcome Vakaiza Williams.
Hello, I am Vakaiza Williams, and I am one of the top 5 finalists for the 2020-2021 Linda Rader New Teacher of the Year. When I was asked to present this award today, I was honored to be given the opportunity to stand before our district leadership, principals, candidates, and your families. Being a teacher in today's climate is a very tough feat. Being a new teacher, well, I can say we have our challenges, but there is no challenge too great for our creativity and our drive. With teaching being my second career, I can say that I've actually found my true love. Walking into an elementary school for the first time in over 20 years did cause butterflies. Can I do this job? Will I succeed? Can I make this change? Those are all the questions that I asked myself the first day as a beginning teacher. With the support of my principal, family, assistant principals, I did what came natural. I adopted a new family. Creating a family within my school and classroom changed the atmosphere. We learned that we wanted to be together during our time. We focused on the learning within the time that we were together, and love was always our centering force. As a new teacher, the challenges were many. In the midst of COVID, reintroducing our students back into the classroom to a typical school day, we have felt the strain. But on this day, as we approach the final days of this school year, 5.5, not to say we're counting, remember those butterflies we felt on the first day. Remember the epiphany moments that we have that came from our students, or even ourselves, because as teachers, we have them too. The successes and also all of our failures. Love our students even more than the first day. Support and comfort them as they anticipate the coming changes of the summer, as well as the new upcoming school year. Remember, you are a hero. You are needed, and you are definitely valued. Your tireless effort is not unnoticed and is a necessity for our future generations. Cheers to ending a hectic school year and to new beginnings on the horizon. Finalists, please come forward when I call your name. Dharma Falls, North Belmont Elementary School. When you walk into Dharma Falls' classroom, you are instantly transformed into a room that any veteran teacher will be envious of. She has an uncanny knack for making the curriculum come to life. Ms. Falls is a true academic scholar who holds her students to the same high moral and ethical standards that she sets for herself. When entering her classroom, one immediately notices the strong sense of classroom community that she has built with her students. For many of Ms. Falls' students, her classroom is their safe haven. Her colleagues say that she is a bright light that inspires others to become more involved in the school community. Congratulations, Dharma Falls, North Belmont Elementary, top 5 finalists for the New Teacher of the Year. Kayla Lipscomb, Greer Middle School. As soon as she became a Greer Knight, she hit the ground running. She quickly became a valued member of her 6th grade team and is involved in all aspects of being a Knight. You will often find students sneaking onto the 6th grade hall just to see her and catch up. Her drive and dedication to improving her craft as a teacher and leader are all inspiring. Her excitement and passion for learning has transformed her classroom and ignited a positive enthusiasm for learning throughout the school. Ms. Lipscomb spends countless hours and weekends researching ways to make her lessons more interactive and engaging for her students, and shares her ideas with her colleagues. Congratulations, Kayla Lipscomb, Greer Middle School top 5 finalist, New Teacher of the Year. Ryan McGill, Cramerton Middle School. It is not uncommon to find Mr. McGill disguised in various costumes to not only show school spirit, but to also capture his students' attention. Whether it is playing a role of detective or a favorite Star Wars character, Mr. McGill always delivers his math lessons with an entertaining demeanor. Students love the decorations Mr. McGill uses to excite his students about learning. When the students are asked why Mr. McGill is great, they eagerly respond that he respects the whole class. Not only does Mr. McGill give students a better understanding about math, he creates a fun and caring learning atmosphere for all. Congratulations, Ryan McGill, Cramerton Middle, top 5 finalist for New Teacher of the Year. Jamia Marlowe, Woodhill Elementary. Ms. Marlowe continuously looks for creative ways to deliver instruction to her students to help them gain a love and appreciation for art. Her excellent communication skills has helped her establish a great rapport with students, staff, and parents. She is considered to be a pleasant and friendly educator who is always willing to share her gifts and talents to help Woodhill reach its full potential. Jamia is always willing to take on many different roles. She troubleshoots everyday technology issues for both students and staff while successfully managing her responsibilities as an art teacher. Ms. Marlowe is currently one who strives to better herself daily. Congratulations, Jamia Marlowe, Woodhill Elementary, top 5 finalist for New Teacher of the Year. Janet Smith, W.A. Best Elementary. After putting many hours of work into her day, Ms. Smith is often the last one to leave the school campus. She truly goes above and beyond on a daily basis to prepare her students for middle school. She embraces challenging tasks without hesitation and works hard to make all students feel at home in her classroom. Ms. Smith is an exemplary model of our Gaston County Schools' vision of being a lifelong learner by embracing new learning platforms. Ms. Smith makes every effort to make learning seamless for her students. The relationships that she builds are often long-lasting. For example, former students often keep in touch after leaving her classroom by inviting her to their extracurricular activities. Ms. Smith's compassion for teaching and her love for her students will be felt years after students leave the elementary school. Congratulations, Janet Smith, W.A. Best Elementary, Top 5 finalist for New Teacher of the Year. All 5 of these finalists have displayed the light of true teachers. After interviewing and observing each of the candidates, the judges and I were overwhelmed with the extremely difficult decision that laid in front of us. This new Teacher of the Year has developed both rigorous and engaging classroom experiences. The teacher has high expectations for all students, and students strive to meet those expectations. This individual has a talent for building relationships with all students, which drives students to work hard to please their teacher. This teacher has a knack for seeing a need and stepping in without hesitation at seconds' notice. Their positive attitude and selfless acts have helped to improve the entire school morale. This educator brings a liveliness to teaching, which inspires healthy competition among staff. Because of this teacher's ongoing efforts to inspire success, students easily recognize their passion for learning. Congratulations to our 2022-2023 Linda Rader New Teacher of the Year, Mr. Ryan McGill. Mr. McGill, would you like to say a few words?
Sure. Does anybody else think it's hot in here? It's just me. All right. This has been a heck of a week. My wife gave birth on Thursday to our first child. So she got the pass for not coming, of course. My baby girl, she's doing well. She was born at 34 weeks and already has me wrapped around her fingers. And I can't say enough things about my wife and my daughter right now that I would not be here without my daughter, of course, but my wife. My wife was somebody who pushed me to go into this profession because she saw the drive that I had and the passion that I had. My first 10 years of my career, I spent in the finance industry. I worked from anywhere from a state accountant to a finance bureau chief of a veteran's home to just your basic accountant. But every day, you could say I was just a glorified spreadsheet worker. I mean, if you ask me any formula for Microsoft Excel, I've got you. I can cover that in a second. But that wasn't my passion. Every day I went in there and I was in my cubicle. I sat there doing the work, repeat, rinse, repeat. It's been in my genetics to be a teacher. My grandfather was a teacher, an assistant principal, and a head football coach in my home state of Iowa. So it was my dad's drive to do it. He chose not to, but eventually I was able to come to what I was meant to do, and that's to be here to teach. My grandfather, he's got a football stadium named after him, so I'm working my way up there. I'm not quite there. But I think he would be proud of what I've done so far in this very quick career. And I wouldn't even call it a career because I love doing this. To come into work every day, to see my students, blows my mind. One of the things that I will always remember from my first year of teaching is a 6th grade student comes up to me and asks, Mr. McGill, I need to get a 90%. I go, well, you've got to earn a 90%. Without missing a beat, he goes, Mr. McGill, you got to earn that hairline. I couldn't even be mad. I couldn't. I was like, that was so quick-witted. I was like, well done. You still have to earn it. So little things like that really show me that I chose the correct path. I was guided down the correct path because at the end of this year and at the end of the last year, I've definitely earned this hairline. So I can't thank everybody enough for allowing me to be a teacher in this great county and this great school. From superintendent to the board, I can't thank you enough for providing everything you have for our schools. To my admin team, Mr. Dorn, I would not be up here without you and your addition to Cramerton Middle School because you are a true role model and you inspire me to try to go up and above and beyond every single day. Ms. Crosby is one of the greatest people I know, both in and out of the job, and I would not be in this position without her constant drive for me to step it up one more. And then, of course, Mr. Hewitt's always there to listen. He'll help everybody out whenever he can, and I can't thank him enough. My sixth grade team, fantastic. I love my sixth grade teachers. We have veterans, we have new teachers like myself, and to be able to have that bouncing board and to go back and forth on this with them and bounce ideas and really truly look to each other for support and guidance, I couldn't ask for a better group of teachers to be on a hall with and call my teammates. And finally, my students. I absolutely adore each and every one of my students. It's not strange for a student to come up to me and just put their arm around me and ask how my day's going. I have one kid named Noah, constantly always up at my front desk, always asking questions, wants to be my daughter's best friend, got done with the EOG today and blew me a kiss when he got back in the room. So it's just like, it's good to see you, Noah. Happy you're back. So without those little knacks and those things that those kids provide to me each and every day, I wouldn't be the person I am, and I won't continue to be the teacher I know I can be and that they deserve moving forward. So I can't believe this, and I appreciate everything from everybody, and thank you very much.
Now we're ready to meet the nominees for our Teacher Assistant of the Year Award. And helping to make that presentation, Superintendent Booker and members of the Board of Education. When I call your name, if you will come forward to receive your award. We begin with Candace Branton from Hawks Nest STEAM Academy. Jeff Britton from Cherville Elementary and Catherine Leah Brooks from Belmont Central Elementary could not be with us this afternoon. Next, we have Catina Ford from Tryon Elementary School. Brenda Ginyard from Pleasant Ridge Elementary School. And I don't think Miss Ginyard is with us this afternoon. Next is Lou Gregg from North Belmont Elementary School. Kayla Grooms from New Hope Elementary could not be with us this afternoon. Next is Brandy Guyton from Lowell Elementary School. Marilyn Hinton from Bessemer City Primary School. Penny Mantecon from Sherwood Elementary School. Heather McCumber from Costner Elementary School. Matt McGee from Bessemer City Central Elementary could not be with us this afternoon. Next we have Andrea Moore from Sadler Elementary School. Paige Royston from Robinson Elementary School. Janine Silver from Carr Elementary School. Patricia Sims from Catawba Heights Elementary School. Tracy Small, W.A. Bess Elementary School. Anita Smar from Brookside Elementary School. Danielle Starnes from Greer Middle School. Pamela Strapp from Gardner Park Elementary School. Jennifer Whiteman from Page Primary and Tanya Wiggins from Cramerton Middle could not be with us this afternoon. And we have Crystal Wray from H.H. Beam Elementary School. And to present our 5 finalists for Teacher Assistant of the Year and to present the award for Teacher Assistant of the Year, please welcome Wanda Marlowe.
Good afternoon. My name is Wanda Marlowe, and I am the 2021-2022 Teacher Assistant of the Year. This has been an experience serving as Gaston County Schools Teacher Assistant of the Year. I have the joy of working with kindergartners, so they don't get it. They celebrate everything. So for me, every day is like being a Teacher of the Year, Teacher Assistant of the Year, because it's always a celebration walking into that classroom. But being recognized by my peers is mind-blowing, because we're all there doing the same exact thing. And for them to feel like I do more is just beyond words. We walk in there every day not knowing, if we're going to be in our classroom or we're going to be somewhere else in the building. And then, once you get that final decision, you're okay with wherever you are, because your job is to assist everybody. The support team, the students, be it being in a classroom, being in the bus lot, opening the door to get them in the building, you do it with the same energy because that's what they need. So it has truly been a pleasure. And every day is different for us. We just don't know. But at the end of the day, it has to be the same, that the kids leave the building learning a little bit more about who they are, why they're there, and then feeling the love that we give them at the end of the day, knowing that they're coming back tomorrow and it's going to be okay. So that's what my goal is, and it's been truly a pleasure to have the title and then be able to welcome someone else into that club where, we just think we're just doing it. And then somebody recognizes you and said, no, you're doing it really well. So my hat is off to everyone that was nominated because your peers thought that you were above average, and sometimes that's what we feel like, we're just average because, we're just doing our jobs. So it's been rewarding. And then being on the selection committee, to walk into those buildings and see out of the 5 finalists, I think 3 of them were actually teaching a class when we went in. That is just beyond, you just don't realize the energy and the versatility of what we do. And it's all in the same. At the end of the selection, I was just blown away to the point of it's not on our job description. People ask you as a TA, what do you do? And you just say everything. I just do it all. It doesn't matter. And we have to do it well because it all counts. So I am honored to have this title, and I hope that the ladies that will be recognized today as the 5 finalists know that we all can't get a trophy, okay? But we should all walk out of here today knowing that we won. And when you get back to your schools, they will celebrate you like you have that trophy. And that is the best feeling ever. So, if the finalists will please come forward when I call your name. Catina Ford from Tryon Elementary School. One would say the best way to describe Catina Ford is she is very versatile. By serving on the Student Success Committee, she helps to find ways to support all students of Tryon Elementary. Ms. Ford has served as a behavior lab assistant and now works daily in kindergarten as a teacher assistant, leading small groups and helping all students meet their individual learning goals. Ms. Ford has greatly assisted Tryon by supporting and working diligently with their Spanish-speaking students and families to ensure they feel part of the community. This was accomplished by her efforts to learn the Spanish language and customs. When others are experiencing challenging times in their personal life, Ms. Ford never hesitates to step in and support her colleagues. Ms. Ford is to know Ms. Ford for giving her whole heart to her school and community. Congratulations, Catina Ford, Tryon Elementary's top 5 finalists for Teacher Assistant of the Year. Brandy Guyton, Lowell Elementary School. Ms. Guyton is a model assistant who is seen as a true asset for Lowell Elementary. She maintained exemplary classroom performance while completing the Belmont Abbey Teacher Education Program. This program has supported her abilities to become a strong instructional resource for Lowell Elementary. Ms. Guyton has positively embraced new roles this year by pulling small groups, covering for teachers in all grade levels, and even stepping into the role of a kindergarten teacher. She accomplished all tasks with great initiative and a positive attitude. She is always willing and ready for wherever she is needed. Congratulations, Brandy Guyton, Lowell Elementary, top 5 finalists for Teacher Assistant of the Year. Penny Mantecon, Sherwood Elementary School. Once students step into Penny Mantecon's Innovation Station classroom, they will immediately be drawn into a riveting lesson. Her hands-on activities include conducting experiments, developing hypotheses, and even creating art. Ms. Mantecon is always brimming with new ideas and does not hesitate to share her ideas with her fellow staff members. Every day, she takes the opportunity to ask how she can help and truly means it. Her energy is boundless and her determination is contagious. Penny Mantecon's mission is to be a positive force at Sherwood Elementary. Congratulations, Penny Mantecon, Sherwood Elementary, top 5 finalists for Teacher of the Year, Teacher Assistant of the Year, excuse me. Andrea Moore, Sadler Elementary Schools. Andrea Moore serves as a teacher assistant in grades 3 through 5. She always goes the extra mile to help students feel safe and comfortable in the classroom. Teachers can always count on her to calm down an anxious child who may be having a challenging day. Ms. Moore is very talented when it comes to working with small groups and addressing students' academic needs. She continuously works to close achievement gaps for struggling students. Ms. Moore goes above and beyond the typical duties of a teacher assistant while striving to meet the needs of students in all grade levels. Although she takes her job very seriously, she does not let the stress of the day affect her positive attitude. Congratulations, Andrea Moore, Sadler Elementary, top 5 finalist Teacher Assistant of the Year. Crystal Wray, H.H. Beam Elementary School. Crystal Wray builds unbelievable bonds with her students, and it is evident that she cares for them tremendously. Students at H.H. Beam come to school smiling and ready to learn because of the relationship Ms. Wray has built with them. There is no denying that Ms. Wray puts her students' needs first and does whatever it takes to see them succeed. Ms. Wray is described as being bright, bubbly, and optimistic. She handles every challenge with grace and confidence. Although Ms. Wray is a part-time student herself and takes care of her family as a wife and mother of 2, she is still willing to serve H.H. Beam in any capacity. Congratulations, Crystal Wray, H.H. Beam Elementary, top 5 finalists for Teacher Assistant of the Year. All 5 of our finalists have displayed dedication and compassion for their students. My fellow judges and I were given a very difficult task in choosing just one winner. This Teacher Assistant of the Year always conducts themselves as a positive role model and considers it a privilege to have the responsibility of making a difference in the lives of their student. This Teacher Assistant of the Year places great value on their job and looks at each day as an opportunity to assist, educate, and serve children. This person's dedication to the position makes them a standout member of the school community. Being a great communicator with the school staff and parents, they are able to maintain confidentiality when needed. This Teacher Assistant of the Year is considered to be a dynamic teacher assistant who is always willing to do whatever needs to be done to ensure success for colleagues and students. Students describe this teacher assistant as someone who is funny, fun, and loves teaching children to read. Fellow colleagues say this teacher assistant has a true heart for children. It is my pleasure to announce to you today that the 2022-2023 Gaston County Teachers Assistant of the Year is Ms. Catina Ford from Carolina. You like to speak?
I'll say a little something.
All righty.
Thank you, ma'am, so much. Oh my God, y'all, it's such an honor to be here tonight. to represent Little Tryon Elementary. A lot of people don't know where we are, but we're between Richmond City and Cherville, so come by and see us anytime. I'll be there, and my staff will be there. I like to start off to thank the teachers, because without them, I wouldn't be standing here. Miss Ferguson, she's who I started off with working as a teacher assistant. Like they said about me before, I worked in the computer lab. That was what I did. And Mr. Dellinger, who I had worked with at Brookside, who brought me in at Tryon, he was like, Miss Ford, you're so talented. And I did not know. You know, sometimes you don't know your talents. My husband is always telling me that. God has a purpose for me. And Mr. Dellinger said, I'm moving you to kindergarten. And I told him, no. I don't want to be in a classroom. And he was like, Miss Ford, your talents are better suited there because you can catch them early. I've watched you. And you know what? He was right. I was wrong. From teaching them their sight words to kids coming in. When COVID hit, we got 2 Spanish-speaking students that came in, and I felt bad because they knew something that I did not know. And when COVID hit, I told myself, I'm not going back to Tryon the way I left. I'm going to teach myself a new skill. And unbeknownst to me, the area, Miss Lefevre's, somehow or another, there was this multitude of Spanish-speaking students that we got in. And I had my little orange book. I think I showed the committee my orange book. I can't believe I'm up here. I showed them my orange book, and like they stated, when they needed to interpret to something, I did my best, and I shocked myself because all summer between running with my husband, I read my Spanish and yelling at my 3 adult kids that refused to leave the house. I studied Spanish. And I thought to myself, I don't want to be replaced. So you better learn a new skill because I could easily be replaced. I love Tryon so much in the morning when those kids see me. Sometimes when I go to work, my day may be already starting off. I may have something on my mind. There's a bill to pay, or I didn't get paid, or whatever the case may be. I turn it off. When I hit Tryon Elementary, the outside world is just that. I turn into a superhero. I turn into Miss Ford. And I get those hugs. Sometimes even those kisses during COVID when we wasn't supposed to. I refused to do that because some of those kids, they needed the love and affection. I know that God told me I had a purpose because my true passion, my true love, my first love is nursing. And I love to serve the community. So what greater way he put kids who I really love, serving and taking care of people. I love doing that. He rolled it all into one. And you got Miss Ford. And I just want to thank my staff and my family and my husband for believing in me and encouraging me. And those kids at Tryon, they keep me on my toes. And God Almighty, He has a purpose for me. And I'm thank God that Gaston County Schools, they're starting to recognize our TAs because we are the rock stars sometimes in the classroom. And I'm one of the recipients. I'm able to go to Gardner Webb so I can become a teacher. So maybe in 2 more years I'll be up here for the teacher. Oh my God. Bye guys.
Thank you all very much for being here today to help us honor each of these fabulous educators. If you have not had an opportunity to do so, please enjoy some refreshments. We would also like to take the opportunity to thank Ford's Miss Kathy for the flowers that were donated here today. Thank you. I hope you have a wonderful evening.